Who is the best prospect that's not playing the quarterback position in the NFL draft? Welcome back to OutKick 360 across the OutKick network. We hope you'll subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast as well. You can find us on Apple Podcast or wherever you download your podcast. Check out OutKick 360. The answer is likely Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Florida, because if Arthur Smith and Atlanta at number 4, if they choose not to draft a quarterback, and they could, if they choose not to draft a quarterback, it looks as though they're doing everything background-wise on Kyle Pitts. They have Zoomed with him 2 or 3 times prior to his pro day. They had scheduled another Zoom with him after his pro day, spending a ton of time with the Florida tight end. And when you consider what they need offensively and the style of offense that we're all familiar with, what Arthur Smith is bringing with him and will be calling the plays as the head coach of the Falcons, that makes a lot of sense if you're keeping Matt Ryan, which they are, and you add another weapon around a player like Julio Jones.
He's fantastic. I have no objection to him ranking 4th, but the fact that they would take him there doesn't make him automatically the best non-quarterback. I mean, you could make a case, I think, for Sewell, the offensive lineman from Oregon. You can make a case for Micah Parsons, the linebacker from Penn State, though that position, off-the-ball linebacker, generally isn't valued that high. Neither is tight end, right? You don't see top 5 tight ends. You can maybe make a case for the best wide receiver. I don't know if that's Jamar Chase. But I have no problem slotting Pitts there. I think he's kind of a one-of-a-kind in a long time tight end who's really, you could classify him as a wide receiver almost. You're not going to ask him to do a hell of a lot of blocking. You want him out there creating mismatches in the passing game.
The average wide receiver is 6 feet tall in the NFL. The average tight end is 6'3". Kyle Pitts is 6'5".
Yeah. Listed, and that's probably the Florida height was 6'6". The NFL height will be 6'5".
Yes.
But I love Pitts. He's my favorite prospect in this draft. So I would normally go with Kyle Pitts on this answer, but I'm going to go with the guy that Paul had mentioned briefly, that in every mock draft I've seen, he is the first non-quarterback taken consistently by one team. Cincinnati drafting Penn Sewell from Oregon. That is the guy. Every single mock draft I've read have them taking protection for Joe Burrow and Sewell as their pick.
But see, that's 5. Also,
and there's a lot of drafts you'll see that the first 4 picks are quarterbacks.
Right.
Or they take Jamar Chase.
Yeah, or Chase.
See, that's also very need-based, and I would go that direction, right? He needs weapons, certainly, Burrow, but doesn't do much to give him weapons if he's got to throw to them while he's being knocked on his ass. Sewell would obviously shore up that offensive line. Slater's very highly rated as a tackle, too, from Northwestern, but seems to be consistently second to Sewell. So I think, and the wide receiver, there seems to be no clear cut. It's a little bit of what's your flavor for your offense in terms of who's the right guy between Chase, between Waddle, and even Devontae Smith.
Well, and I'll give you another name that I think is a great player and going to be a terrific pro is Surtain from Alabama, the corner.
And you see him
everything you want, though, right? The pedigree, the size, man coverage ability. I think he's going to be a great player. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, he's typically around that 8 to 12 range in mock drafts. But that could be one of those no-brainer type prospects also.